Hi guys, it's Ellen and today I have a scrapbooking layout to share with you. So I got these heart die cutters from AliExpress and I wanted to use them to create sort of a banner with the heart shape. I have 4 different photos from a trip we took to Spain a couple of years ago, and I've scrapbooked a lot of this trip already, so I wanted to fit all of these pictures onto one page, so I thought this would be a good way to do that. So as you can see there, I used the second largest heart to cut out my photos, and then I used the biggest heart with white paper to create a border on my photos, and then stuck the photo onto the white card with foam, although I'm actually going to change that. I end up using a different background once I choose the other colour scheme for this page, but I'll explain that in a little while. I've then drawn where I want the banner to go across my page, and then just sewed a line with my sewing machine in black thread. So that's the basic outline of where the banners are going to go, and then I'm just working out here where I want my photos to go. And then I also wanted some pattern paper hearts to add to the banner a bit more. So I'm taking 3 different size hearts and cutting out 4 different types of pattern paper, I think. There's a wood grain, more vintage style music paper, and then book paper. And then it was only once I did this that I realised I'd gone for sort of vintage colours, and I thought that the white of the background of the photos would be way too stark with the vintage colours. So I then cut the same book paper. I used that to cut the 4 of the large hearts out once again, and then I put them behind my photo instead of the white card, which is what I'm doing here. I've also inked around all of the edges with my distress ink. I think it was the walnut one I used this time, so I always go for vintage photos, so I wanted to use a different one, and yeah, I think it was the walnut one. So yeah, I'm just replacing that backing on the photos, and then I'm going to once again assemble them on the page, and then I'm going to ink around the edge of my page as well. Oh, this background paper is just from a paper pad from the works. It's just a sort of watercolory design pink paper, but it's really subtle, where I'm going to have so many patterns and things on the page. I didn't want anything too extravagant as the background. So here I'm assembling the hearts into clusters, and I'll end up with 4 different ones, so I'm just gluing them together, and where I've inked around the edge of each one, it just makes the pattern stand out so much more. So I really like the look of that. My alphabet stickers, these are stickers from Heidi Swap, the Wolf Pack collection, and they're just black with some white speckles on them. I think they were supposed to look like a starry sky, but you can only really see the black, which is what I wanted for this layout. I then decided to put my title on a 3rd banner, so I drew a pencil roughly where I wanted it to go, and then I'm going to put my title on there, and I went for Love Our Travels. I wanted for something a bit longer so that it would spread right across where the banner is. And once I've stuck these down, I'll sew through it again. I then used the biggest heart die cutter to trace around a heart onto some tulle fabric, just really light pink, and it doesn't really stand out that much on the page, but I just wanted a bit of texture because I love texture on my page. I wanted that fabric element without it being too obvious, so I stuck them down under each of the clustered hearts that I made with the pattern paper, and then I'm sticking all of my elements onto the page once I'm happy with them. I've then got some word stickers. I got these from AliExpress as well. I have some that are black and some that are more of a vintage colour, so I'm adding them to the banners as well, just in some of those gaps. I then take my black pen and draw a rough border around the page. Where I had the black in the title, I just wanted something a little extra. So I always think that a page doesn't really look finished until it has the border, and although I bordered it with the distress ink, I just felt it needed something a little extra. I added the date and the place at the bottom of the page, and then I'm taking some black pearl drops and adding those around the banners as well. And that's my page all finished. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and as always, thank you very much for being here. Bye guys!